Now we'll wipe away the excess glue and saw the dowels flush. From here, we can screw in the hinge like normal. Here's a convenient way to help cut tape while packing up boxes. We'll use a small piece of the snap-off blade and tape it to the back of our thumb. Now we can easily cut the tape while packaging our boxes. We can apply some double-sided tape to this hammer to keep these small nails in place and to prevent us from hurting our fingers. Just stick the nail onto the double-sided tape and hammer it in. Our next project will be making a DIY drill bit. We'll fasten these 5 wood screws into this vise and then shave off the heads using an angle grinder. Next, we'll hold all of the screws together with a zip tie. Attach it into the drill, and now we can drill holes into wood. Sometimes we need to install wire clips in difficult places. Instead of using a hammer, we can use this wood clamp to drive the nail into the wood. Now let's make a sanding drum drill bit out of some PVC pipe. We'll cut 2 pieces of the same length. On one piece, we'll cut it down the middle and wrap sandpaper around the outside. Then we'll push the other piece inside to secure the sandpaper. Next, we'll attach a bolt with washers on each side. Now we can attach it to our drill to make sanding a little bit easier. We can take this angle grinder disc and cut it into a few smaller discs for our rotary tool. We'll insert a small bolt through the center and attach it to the bit that connects to our rotary tool. Now we can make some incisions into this PVC pipe to create a little holster for our tools. With these 2 pieces of wood, we can mark out a square notch. Now we can mount a bracket to one end with some screws. We'll then attach our handle to this piece of MDF. This will help us hold our pieces in place while we drill holes. We can unwind this thick wire rope by first cutting it, then attaching it to our drill. Secure the wire into a vise and drill it in the opposite direction to separate the strands. We can then shave down one side of this bolt and drill a few holes through its center. We'll add some nuts and then one of our wire strands into each hole. Separate the strands on each wire. And now we can use this as a drill bit to clean the inside of this pipe. By fastening this hacksaw blade over some washers, we can use it to help us cleanly tear off smaller pieces of sandpaper. If you need to hide screws, a good way to do it is by first drilling a pilot hole and then use a spade bit to drill a larger hole. Now install the screw and fill the hole with wood glue. Next, we'll seal it with a large dowel with the same type of wood. When drilling holes normally, sometimes the edges around the hole will start to chip. If we start our holes by putting the drill in reverse, this will remove enough wood on the top layer to not chip away the surface. Then, we can drill the holes normally for a clean finish. Want to add some color to these Christmas lights? We can use these straws to help. Just insert the lights into the straws and cut the straws to the appropriate length. To cut this floorboard at the correct angle, measure the length to the wall and then mark that length on the top edge and connect that point to the bottom corner. We can use this old soda can to create a DIY hot glue gun. We'll cut off the ends of the can and then wrap the can into the shape of a cone. Next, we'll tape a lighter near the tip and place a glue stick or some plastic inside. Ignite the lighter to melt some of the plastic inside the tip and press it out onto the surface that you need to glue. Our next project will be a table with collapsible legs made of PVC pipe. Onto the bottom of the table, we'll screw in some clips for the legs. Then we'll install these pipe fittings to the corners. This is how we'll attach the legs to the table. This board will make a suitable standing block. We'll cut the board in half, and then one half will be cut into 3 strips. The 2 thinner strips will be mounted onto each end of the larger block. Now we'll wrap sanding paper around the block and hammer in our last piece onto the top of the sandpaper. Our sanding block holds our sandpaper nicely. We need to fasten this wire along this pipe. We'll use 2 zip ties, one around both the wire and the pipe, and one around the first zip tie. Then we'll cut off any excess plastic. We want to better organize these cords. We'll slice this foam tubing in half. Now we'll mount it to the shelf. Pass the cords through the tubing. Then, we can wrap zip ties around the end to better secure it. Sanding baseboards can be tricky. We can use a deck of cards to trace the shape of our baseboards for our sandpaper. We can use a stapler to strip off the plastic from these wires. Here are 4 different ways to attach wires to terminals. The first one is a hook. The second one is a loop. The third one uses a connector. And the last one is an S shape. If we wrap some tape around the socket, we can pull the tape to unscrew this nut. Now let's make a tool to help us strip off plastic from our wires. We'll mount a hinge onto these 2 pieces so that they close together. Then we'll drill 2 holes through both boards like so. We can place a wire in between the 2 boards and pass the wires through to strip the plastic off them. We need to remove a large section of this board to create a mortise. First, we'll mark out the sections that we want to remove. And then we'll make multiple cuts into our cutout section. We'll use a chisel to remove the chips. We could use a chisel to smooth out the bottom edge, or we can use this hole saw drill bit. And as a nice change of pace from our usual programming, we're going to demonstrate how to ground wire. This is a joke, guys. Do not try this at home.